Can anybody hear me now? Let me know if anybody can hear me. Um, okay. Uh, okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Um, apparently, for some reason, I had the volume, or something happened with the volume. So let me go through this again. Okay, so we have a severe thunderstorm warning for um, South Preble County, Butler County, and Western Montgomery County in Ohio until 10:45. So for the next 45 minutes. And this is for a storm that's capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. However, we do have an area where um, the uh, there's an area of rotation right here. It almost looks like a comma. It's what they call a comma head feature. If we go to velocity mode, it's not as impressive. Granted, it wasn't too impressive as it at all, but it's not as impressive now as it was earlier. But there is some rotation showing up south of Boston, Indiana, getting ready to cross into Ohio. So there is the chance that this thing could be trying to produce a tornado. Um, if we go back here, real quick, since I didn't get it earlier, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Cincinnati area until 10:45. Um, it is for Hamilton County in Ohio, and that one is also capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds. Uh, so, very strong storms, um, very strong winds. If you look back into Indiana, we have damaging wind reports all over the place, as well as hail reports. And sorry about that. And we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now east of Hamilton. This is for southeastern Butler and Warren counties in Ohio until 11 p.m. And this storm is capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Um, and looks okay. Now we got another severe thunderstorm warning, and this storm has actually produced penny-sized hail. So this severe thunderstorm warning is for southeastern Clermont County, northwestern Brown County, southwestern Clinton County, and southwestern Highland County. That is out until 10:45, and that one is capable of 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. So let's go down the line here. We'll go down each warning. Um, okay, so for this one, um, the worst of this is going to be in Eaton, New Hope, uh, New Lebanon, Lewisburg, Trotwood, Farmersville, Gratis, Camden, Somerville, Jacksonburg, Oxford, uh, McGonagall, New Miami, Hamilton, Riley, St. Charles, Millville, Lehigh, Okina, and Shandon. Um, so if you're in any of those areas, and particularly on the west and southwest side of Dayton, take cover now. For this particular storm, it's currently over Huntsville, Mason, Westchester. Okay, now we've got a penny-sized hail report just popped up near Liberty Township. This is going to be heading towards South Lebanon, Red Lion, Oregonian. I'm going to butcher that name. Oregonia, Morrow, Mainville, Murdoch, Butlerville, Harveysburg. So if you're in those areas, take cover. We've got another thunderstorm that's quickly developing over downtown Cincinnati. So if you're from I-70 south, heads up, because you have the potential to have some severe weather tonight. Let's go down to the third one. Okay, now we got a quarter-size hail report. 1 mile east-southeast of Bethel. Obviously in Bethel, Williamsburg, Mount Orab, Buford, Sardinia, Morristown, East Danville, Sugar Tree Ridge, Fayetteville, St. Martin, Lynchburg, and eventually in the Hillsborough area. This storm is heading your way. If we go back up to the northern storm, we got a report of 47 mile an hour wind gust reported at Richmond Airport in Indiana, just over the border. That's not particularly severe, but that's definitely some gusty winds that could take down some dead tree limbs. So nonetheless, you want to stay indoors as these storms move to the east. And what we have going on here is we've got a warm front right here where these individual cells are developing, with a cold front to the west with this line. And where these two are clashing, we do have the opportunity or the potential to get some rotating thunderstorms, and that is why a tornado watch again is in effect until 2 a.m. For southwestern Ohio, and at the very least, some very strong winds are possible with these storms. Let's see. Okay, let's back up. Okay, there's a 1-inch hail. Oh, okay, so the hail potential with this storm is increasing. We're up to 1.25 inches indicated on radar. Okay, so we're back. As I was saying, there's some hail markers showing up on these storms along the warm front. Um, and as they come into uh, as they interact with the cold front, there is a chance that some of these could start rotating. Um, if you are, again, in the Dayton area, particularly Cincinnati area, to both areas, you got some rather strong thunderstorms. Let's try going back to velocity. And matter of fact, we're gonna go to the Dayton or Wilmington radar. Okay, so some of the wind speeds that I'm picking up in here, definitely a lot weaker than earlier, upwards of eh, 60 miles an hour. I'm not seeing anything as far as rotation either, so that's good. But still, a strong, strong line of storms. And as we go back to reflectivity mode, um, man, this storm right here got an inch diameter hail marker or a report rather showing up. Back out again. We got more thunderstorms going up on the Ohio River. So heads up if you are in Winchester, Peebles, West Union, Portsmouth, Sinking Spring. These storms are rapidly developing and could go severe as well. Hang on one second. Okay. Okay, so now with this one, like I said, it's rapidly growing and getting very strong. We're now up to over 2-inch diameter hail showing up on radar, and they just updated the warning. And okay, so now this severe thunderstorm warning is for east central Claremont, northwestern Brown, southwestern Clinton, and southwestern Highland counties. And this storm is moving to the northeast at 25 miles an hour. It's now capable of golf ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So we could be seeing some rather large hail now heading up towards Buford, potentially, south of Fayetteville. If you're south of Fayetteville, near US 68, you have the potential to get into some of this hail. And it looks like now we got another severe thunderstorm warning. And this is for eastern Hamilton County. and also northwestern Clermont County. I believe this is going to be for the line that's coming in. Um, and 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail are possible with this particular storm. So you just had a thunderstorm develop over the Cincinnati metro. That one's getting very strong. And now you have the line coming in right behind it. We're getting several reports now of quarter-size hail with these storms, and 50-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, that is south of the border, but there is a tornado warning in Indiana now. Let's look at that real quick, just in case there's anyone there. Okay, we do have. Let's go to a better radar site. Let's go to this one. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, there is a pretty good tornado signature right in here, just west of Rising Sun, Kentucky. I believe this is Doppler indicated. Yep, this is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, and it is moving to the east by southeast at 55 miles an hour. And as quick as it was there, it's much weaker now. Let me see if I can find a better radar site to look from. That's going to be too far. Unfortunately, this is in between several better radar sites. Okay, here's an update on the tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Rising Sun and moving east at 55 miles an hour. So no confirmation of any tornado, but based on what the radar signature was a bit earlier, I would not be surprised if there was a tornado earlier. Maybe a brief spin up, but okay, so that's in Kentucky. If you live in that area, please take cover. Okay, if we go to, I'm going to switch things up a little bit here. Hang on one second. Okay. So if we go back to Wilmington's radar. Okay, now Dayton. Now we've got a severe thunderstorm warning for the Dayton metro. Let's look at that real quick. Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Butler County, northern Warren County, western Greene County, and southeastern Montgomery County until 11 p.m. This storm is capable of 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. So that is a lot better than what it was earlier. But Nonetheless, still a severe thunderstorm. And this is quickly moving into the Dayton area. And then you also have these storms to the south as well. Uh, we got more storms again blowing up on the along the river. Those will be moving to the north and east. Um, with that tornado warning in Kentucky, again we have a tornado watch in effect until 2 a.m. Um, and let's see here. Got more hail reports of quarter-sized hail. Um, I think this is going to be with the storm ahead of the line. Um, one near Mason and another in Monroe. And then we've got another storm behind that one that is showing signs of very large hail. Wow, this one right here, uh, it's a little bit weaker than it was earlier, but still capable of producing golf ball size hail. Um, got another storm developing right here, and it is these storms right in here that I would be worried about the possibility of having some tornadoes. Let's see. Back this out. It looks like most of the severe weather is going to stay south of the Columbus metro. Now, as you can see, there are thunderstorms that go all the way up to Bellefontaine. So, you know, it's going to be a noisy night for the southern half of Ohio. But really, the main threat of severe weather is going to be south of I-70 for tonight. Um, and let's go back in here and okay. Hmm. There's a pretty good hail core right there, right where you see the pink area north of Morrow. Again, that's going to be moving off to the north and east. Eventually, pretty close to the Wilmington area, right along US 22. So that's going to get pretty close to the radar site. Let's tell you what. Let's look at velocity mode. Ooh. Okay. We got a little bit. Looks like a little bit of rotation trying to develop west of Carlisle. And southwest of Miamisburg. So let's look at it from a different perspective. It's more lined out than anything, but still something to keep an eye on. Um, okay, that was a report from earlier. Okay, just north of Cincinnati now, we've got a hail report of $half size, 4 miles west of Blue Ash. So these storms along the warm. Okay, here we go. We got a tornado warning now for the Cincinnati metro. Tornado warning for Hamilton County, northeastern Hamilton County, and northwestern Clermont County at at 10:25, so 2 minutes ago. Severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado over Pleasant Hills, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This is out until 11 p.m. Locations impacted include Cincinnati, Fairfield, Norwood, Forest Park, Sharonville, Blue Ash, Loveland, Springdale, Reading, Montgomery, North College Hill, Madeira, Wyoming, Milford, Mount Healthy, Deer Park, Finneytown, Marymount, Terrence Park, and Batavia. If you are in any of those areas, in fact, here's your rotation right here. This is coming out of Kentucky. This is coming very, very close to the downtown Cincinnati metro. Let's make sure we don't have any other tornado warnings. Okay, so now that we've got this tornado warning in Ohio, we're going to focus on this. Again, nothing has been confirmed, but I was concerned that these storms, this is right along where the cold front and the warm front are meeting, that they would rotate and potentially try to produce a tornado. So if we go back over here to North College, this is going to be right in here. Okay, now we got a damage report. Okay, in Coleraine Township, we're getting a report of multiple trees down in pea-sized hail. So it could be straight line wind damage, but this is not far at all from the beginning of this tornado warning. So we may have had a small, brief tornado in Coleraine Township. We do have wind damage. Take cover if you're in the Cincinnati area, in the Cincinnati metro, and Madeira, Blue Ash, Newtown, Terrence Park. Let's get in a little tighter here. Reading. This is on your doorstep. Gulf Manor, Deer Park, Silverton, Milford, Camp Dennison, Miamiville, Mulberry, Day Heights, as I believe I said, Terrence Park, Marymount, Anchor, Parrington, and while Newtonsville is not in the tornado warning yet, I would take cover there as well. This is a very strong thunderstorm, again, capable of producing a tornado almost over downtown Cincinnati right now. And actually looks like now we've got an area of rotation on the storms along the warm front near Springville, or just east of the village of Indian Hill. So we got multiple storms showing rotation now. And if we go back in time on velocity mode, it actually looks like the better area of rotation is going to be on this storm that's along the warm front. So I would not be surprised if a new tornado warning went out near the Springville area. Nonetheless, if you're in this entire area, take cover. You're welcome, Anthony. Thanks for watching. Okay, so again, we got this tornado warning. And to the south, we've got more tornado warnings into Kentucky. Given the time of night that it is, you can have, this is where the low-level jet tends to kick in, and it makes it easier for tornadoes to develop within thunderstorms. I'm going to go back in time to just before this tornado warning was issued and go to correlation coefficient. Okay, it's not showing up. Okay, right in Silverton, the Silverton area, see that area of green. Let me look at rotation. We may have a tornado near Madeira or right over Silverton. It's too hard to say. That's not the best signature, but here we'll stay on correlation coefficient. This area right here is what I'm looking at. It may be producing a little bit of a it could be producing a small tornado. If this area turns blue or stays green further to the east or southeast, then we'll know for sure. Okay, and there it is. It's still there. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we probably have a tornado on the ground over Deer Park or west of Kentwood. This is going to be crossing US 22 and 71 very shortly, and this is going to be moving towards Camp Dennison, Miamiville, Madeira, Kentwood. If you're in Kentwood or Madeira, you should be underground right now. Miamiville, Camp Dennison, Milford, take cover now. Mulberry, take cover now. If you're south of Blue Ash, you should be underground right now. Mulberry, Springville, take cover immediately. I think pretty soon here we are going to get a new tornado warning, and it should be for a confirmed tornado on the ground. If we go to velocity, and right over Deer Park, this little indent looking feature is where we have some rotation showing up on radar, and it's right over the same area as that debris signature. So I'm fairly confident that we have a tornado on the ground. Just real quick, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Wilmington and Xenia and Jamestown areas. This is for a storm capable of producing ping pong ball sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. This is for eastern Warren County, western Fayette County, Clinton County, and Greene County in Ohio. So if you're in those areas, take cover. We got another tornado warning just south of the um, tornado warning in effect in the Cincinnati area. This is in Kentucky, but it goes right to the Ohio River, and the next counties involved would be Ohio counties. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for East Central Brown County, Northern Adams, Northwestern Pike County, and Highland County in southwestern Ohio. This one is capable of producing half-dollar size hail, although radar is picking up on potentially over 2-inch diameter hail. If we go back to the tornado warning, again showing rotation still. If we go back to correlation coefficient, some good news is that green is not showing up. There is maybe a little bit of a debris signature just south of Blue Ash between Kentwood and Montgomery. So hopefully that means that either the tornado has lifted, or it could be that it's in an area where it's not picking up a lot of debris. But compared to the last two or three scans, right there we had an obvious debris signature. The very next one, still very obvious, and then now it's not as clear cut. Nonetheless, still a tornado warning. Actually, I think they just updated it. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado over Concord Hills, moving east at 50 miles an hour. And that was as of 2 minutes ago. I'm not sure why they didn't update it as a confirmed tornado. We'll have to wait and see if we get any damage reports out of the Silverton and Deer Park areas. Nonetheless, still a tornado warning. It could produce a tornado again at any time. If we go through reflectivity mode, okay. Still a hook showing up in the Madeira area, and it's heading again towards Miamisville, Springville, Mulberry, Village of Indian Hill. Even if you're in Day Heights, I want you taking cover. Let's see, and if you notice, we've got tornado warnings left and right now with this line. And okay, let's go back in. Bit of good news is that I'm not seeing an advancement of more wind damage reports, but that doesn't mean that that this hasn't produced wind damage. It just could be that we just haven't had any reports come in yet. The rotation doesn't look as tight anymore on this. There is still some rotation, so I don't think we have a tornado on the ground anymore. If there would be one, it is over Miamiville or Camp Dennison. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. This light area, there could still be a tornado on the ground, but it's not very conclusive. If this was green or blue, um, I would be a lot more convinced that we have a tornado on the ground. But it's also not uh, um, a obvious no tornado either. Um, See, the lower the return, the more obvious that it is that we have a tornado. Over here in Springville, where you have the purples, you're most likely looking at hail. And then again, over here just south of Fayetteville, um, and then where you have an area of yellow to green to blue, that's where you're talking about the possibility of the radar picking up on debris. So um, if we okay, if we back this out some more, um, still haven't gotten any further advancement of the southern tornado warning, um, but we do have okay, looks like they're going to replace this now with a severe thunderstorm warning. So that would be a bit of good news. Okay, now there's a report just over the border in Covington, Kentucky, just over the border from Cincinnati, of a funnel cloud. Um, so these storms are definitely rotating, and wow, look at that. This hook signature right here is definitely a stronger indication of potential tornado. If we go to velocity, now we're kind of getting far away, but uh, again, that's over in Kentucky and would be crossing over the border here pretty soon. If we go to the severe thunderstorm warning, I just see that they updated the tornado warning, but real quick, severe thunderstorm warning for Bracken County, that's in Kentucky. Let me go to the Ohio. Claremont County, Brown County, and southwestern Highland County until 11:30 tonight for 70-mile-an-hour winds with this line and quarter-sized hail. Um, so we have we still have a strong line of thunderstorms. If we go back up now to the tornado warning, and now we looks like we could have a tornado again. Just north of Mulberry, I'm picking up on upwards of 100 miles an hour velocity. Um, okay, we lost the stream briefly. Sorry about that. We're back. So if we go down in here, let's go to correlation coefficient again. Okay, there we go, near day heights. Looks like we may have another tornado. That was very close to where I was picking up the 100 mile an hour debris signature. So or 100 mile an hour winds. So looks like over Day Heights we have a tornado. We got a new tornado warning now for east of there. Let's pick on this. Northeastern Clermont County and northwestern Brown County until 11:15 tonight. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado and quarter-sized hail. And it looks like the debris signature went down. This thing may produce several very quick tornadoes. So if you live in Owensville, Batavia, Newtonsville, Fayetteville, St. Martin, anywhere along US 50, take cover now. I'm not picking up on too many towns out here, but if you know this area better and know some of the smaller towns, or you live in these areas, take cover. It appears we have had at least one tornado, and that'll likely be surveyed tomorrow by the National Weather Service. Okay, now we got a new tornado warning. This involves some more counties in Ohio. This is for southern Clermont County. So Clermont County is dealing with two different tornadic thunderstorms. And this is out until 11:30 p.m. This is for a storm capable of producing a tornado that's moving east at 50 miles an hour. So specific towns in Ohio. If you live in Felicity, Chilo, Nayville, Moscow, New Richmond, California, Bethel, Lindale. If you're in any of those areas, take cover from this one. It's not a confirmed tornado, but these storms are definitely capable of producing tornadoes, as I said earlier. It appears that we may have had a tornado earlier north of the downtown Cincinnati area. We got more severe thunderstorm warnings east of Wilmington. This is for a storm, real quick, for Fayette County, Eastern Clinton County, and Northern Highland County. This is until 11:45. 60 mile an hour winds and quarter-sized hail is possible with that one. Let's go back down to the tornado warning. Okay, let's look at velocity. Okay, that looks like the best area of rotation is now near Newtonsville. And for the southern storm, looks like we got an area of rotation over New Richmond that's getting ready to cross over the Ohio River into Ohio. So Lindale and Bethel, you want to take cover from that one. And then we got a much stronger signature that right now, wow, that's a pretty strong signature near Butler. that one for the moment looks like it could stay in Kentucky. Go back up to this one near Newtonsville. Again, right in here, right over Newtonsville. Looks like we've got a circulation. Go back to reflectivity. Again, these storms are quickly moving off to the east. Now the warm front is pushing further to the north, so don't be surprised if these storms in here begin to rotate over the Wilmington area. So heads up for anyone in these severe thunderstorm warnings. While you're not dealing with severe tornado warnings right now, these could produce later. Got a report over Mount Orab, and I would assume it's for this storm that just exited Mount Orab for golf ball size hail. So you guys have already seen some pretty significant severe weather tonight, and now you're also dealing with a potential tornado coming in as well. So just monitoring for any reports from earlier. Okay, so let's go back down. Let's go back to velocity mode. Right in here, now northwest of Newtonsville, it looks like it's wrapping up. Actually, it looks like we may have two circulations showing up. And if we go, let's look at it from a different view. Really, this one right here, depends how you look at it. But both are circulations. It's real. I don't see right now any tornado. If we go back down here, let's look at it from here for the southern tornado warning. And of course, it's not gonna show that. Let's look at velocity. Yeah, that one's over the Butler area. So let's go back to here, look at it. Lots of hail reports still with these storms, and some wind damage as well. Looking at rotation, again, north of Newtonsville, we got two circulations. Looks like there's maybe another one right there. Just west of Fayetteville, another one north of Williamsburg. So this could be producing several areas of rotation. Wow, and that one's stronger. Let's go to, okay, looks like we have a tornado on the ground. You see this blue, that is a good indication of debris showing up. Let's see. Let's hold on 1 second. This is going to be moving off to the east northeast. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado warning out for the Westboro area, maybe Midland. Um, Definitely a clear-cut tornado signature showing up right there, right over the blue, uh, where the blue area is, and then right in that same area you see the red and the green together. That is indicative of rotation. If we look at it from a different point of view, I'm looking at, well, there it goes. And as quick as it was there, it's not near as strong. But now look further on down the line, another one west of Fayetteville. Let's go back to correlation coefficient. We've got two tornadoes on the ground simultaneously right now. One west of Fayetteville, and the other one is going to be west and slightly northwest of St. Martin. And definitely still a tornado signature right here, and then another one right here. We've got, okay, yeah, here we got another tornado warning. Let's see, this one is for northeastern Claremont County, northwestern Brown County, southwestern Clinton County, southwestern Highland County until 11:30. This says a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, although we are seeing it right here. This is a debris signature, and this is producing at least one, if not two tornadoes. Okay, now they updated this tornado warning. This is again out until 11:15 for the original warning. And it says capable of producing tornadoes and extensive straight line winds. And that's a good point, that even if you don't get a tornado, you're likely to get some pretty intense winds. Let's look here west of Felicity. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened there, so I apologize. Since I've been off, we do have a tornado warning now. Let me go back to reflectivity. This is for north central Brown County and southwestern Clinton County. And then we've got a new tornado warning for southeastern Claremont County, Brown County, and western Adams County. Both are capable of producing tornadoes, but before everything froze, I was showing that there was tornadoes confirmed. Okay, so again, let's go to correlation coefficient. Uh, nothing's showing up there. So I don't see anything right now that looks like a confirmed. Well, let's look right here over Georgetown. Okay, looks like we may have a tornado actually over Georgetown right now, um, based on based on radar, and up near the Lynchburg area, it looks like there's something trying to develop there as well. um, kind of hard to see if uh, if there is in fact a tornado there, but this whole line has been producing uh, what I think is tornadoes left and right. Now we got a damage report northeast of Cincinnati. Um, we got many trees down in Silverton, so uh, there's your tornado. If that's all that we got was some tree damage, hey, we're doing pretty good. Um, got a 47 mile an hour wind report in wind gust report at the Claremont County Airport. But that's all the other reports that I have seen in regards to any wind damage. We zoom out quick. Okay, go back down into the Lynchburg area. Um, correlation coefficient isn't showing much, although this thing is trying to tighten and wrap it up, particularly right here west of Lynchburg. That right there, I don't like that. Um, could be producing a tornado there. Another area near Dodsonville. Another one east of Dodsonville near Hillsboro. And all along this line, you're seeing several areas of potential tornado spin-ups. And okay, so that's the only two tornado warnings we got right now. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. Still, again, no real signs of debris showing up. I particularly, though, want to watch this storm near Lynchburg, because that's getting kind of impressive. So we'll watch this. This will be moving off to the north and east. This will stay south of New Vienna. So if you live near south of New Vienna on Highway 73 all the way to Hillsboro, if you're anywhere in between there, take cover now, because that area of rotation is moving into that area. Again, we've got these tornado warnings to the south. Russellville looks like near you. There's a circulation. So if you live in Winchester, Macon, Seaman, Cherry Fork, or Decatur, take cover. And even if you don't get these tornadoes, you may still wind up getting damaging winds in upwards of, wow, this whole line's moving east at 65 miles an hour. So you may get winds at 65 to 70 miles an hour. Okay, so this is tightened up even more right over the Lynchburg area. If we look at it from a different view, maybe just north of town, but it doesn't appear that we have a tornado on the ground for the moment. We're gonna just kind of keep bouncing back and forth between these two tornado warnings. Okay, I lost my radar. Hang on one second. Okay. Go back down to southern Ohio. Again, north of Lynchburg, looks like circulation is still there. Looks like some more wind damage reports in Kentucky of trees down. So at the very least, this is bringing down numerous trees. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. Still, again, not seeing any signs of anything conclusive on the ground. And they just updated the warning and made it a lot smaller. And this is for this remains in effect until 11:30 for South Central Clinton County and West Central Highland County. And again, this storm is capable of producing